And welcome to the race by race preview for Happy Valley Thursday night this week. 8-course racing. Paul Lally here as always with the selections for the 9 races, and we get underway at 6:40 with a stack of class droppers. Little Fairy, Tatnam, Volcanus and the Khan all coming into class 5. Dragon Pride's a 2-time course and distance winner. Colourful Barons now with Douglas White. The blinkers go back on. Podium is Miners, Blinkers and Tongue Tie. Where's Pacifiers for the first time, and yeah boy, has the visor off and the blinkers re-added. He also, Paul, has plenty of early speed, as does Dragon Delights.
When he won his race here, boy, it was over the course and distance and he led all the way. They haven't repeated those tactics since, but he did go forward last time, and I just wonder if they'll be tempted to go forward once again, because obviously the horse runs well on it. Dragon's Delight's no one that likes to go forward. Tatnam's drawn a lot better. The Khan led last time, but I think he'll take a sit this time. Little Fairy, Happy Hood, all the way back to Volcanus. I think it's going to have to go back. Bo Goss might try and slot back, but he's got an awkward draw.
The battle for the Trainers' Premiership between Pierre Rung and Francis Loy is running hot. Pierre has Tatnam in this race. Paul, he runs 6th here over the 1,200 metres, goes to the 1650, and his best form is when he draws a low gate.
Yeah, so look, he's drawn nicely in barrier 3, so he should put himself on the pace. The one win he has had, the little Quero had, it was on a wet track, but he has run reasonably well on the good track as well. So look, from barrier 3, he's definitely going to get his opportunity, so he goes in for me.
Tatnam is in the selection. Second replay does feature the horse that you have in front, Yeah Boy, running 6th. He wasn't in front this day. Podium would need to improve on what he's done.
Yeah, this was 1,200, so he's up to the 1650 now as Yeah Boy, and that's where he has shown a bit of pace. We saw the trainer with Dennis Shep do something similar with Young Brilliant, where he went forward and won. So I just wonder if they'll be positive. The stable's going pretty well at the moment, and look, he really caught the eye of finishing off strongly here, so it was a nice run from him.
Extra distance certainly looks a plus for him. We're going back 3 runs ago for Dragon Delight, who was victorious. He's up outside the leader. Heng's Choice 4th and Happy Hood 5th. He's another pace influence. However, he has 17 more pounds to carry than what he did this night. Yeah, he does. He's got a senior rider aboard. Look, I can see him putting himself on the pace here as well. So he'll get his opportunity, there's no question. Like, he has threatened to win more than the one race and has looked better than Class 5 at times as well. So I am going to include him because I think he can run well from the front. And finally, what about the Khan coming into Class 5 for the first time? 1650. Here he is leading and fading for 6th, but drops down into Class 5 from the inside gates.
Yeah, so he's definitely going to get his opportunity because he's run well in Class 4 in the past. And the problem with him was, I think the problem here was that he led. He wasn't, he'd been going back in his races and running on really strongly. Now, he's got a good draw once again, so he's got the inside draw, in fact. So I think he'll take some cover this time. And he should have that little kick left at the end. This was a lot stronger race. Coming back into this grade looks better for him.
So Class 5 and all about a trail for the Khan.
Yeah, I think so. I think, well, cover is the key for him rather than lead. So the Khan, he goes on top for me. Yeah Boy, I'm going to give him a chance. He should be a bit of a price as well. Tatnam and Dragon Delight from the front as well. So I think those 3 of those first 4, or I think they would be the first 4 around the bend, those horses, and I think that's how they can finish. 4, 10, 2 and 7.
And they can finish with the Khan winning his first race in Hong Kong at start number 9. Race number 2, not big on numbers, but big on quality. It is a Class 2 over the 1,000 metres. Majestic Knight is the one. He was a winner 2 starts ago. Nervous Witness has the cheek pieces going on. Whiz Kids won a trial. Baby Crystal has his second run at Happy Valley. Beauty Waves has been flying. And Humble Star is a 2-time course and distance winner. Back to his preferred trip, Paul. Nervous Witness finds the front. Yeah, look, he's got the most pace of all these, but they're all quite speedy horses. Whiz Kid as well, Baby Crystal. So those 3 are going to be right on the pace. Beauty Waves, Majestic Knight can take sits, and then Co-Partner Ambition and Humble Star, the 2 that get back. We go straight to the rider of Beauty Waves. It is Karis Teaton. Karis, the lightweight ride's coming handy late in the season. It's going to work again on Wednesday night with Beauty Waves.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. It's a nice ride to pick up. Of course, he's been running really well lately, that horse, and he gets to upper class now with a nice weight on his back. So looks like he's been taking the valley pretty well too.
Not the first time you've ridden him, but you rode him more recently in a trial. Does he feel a more mature horse now, a more settled horse in Hong Kong?
He feels like he's more settled. He's not doing anything aggressive how he used to do it, so I think that's maybe doing the trick with him. His trial, I was really happy with his trial. It was just a piece of work to sort of get him to races, but yeah, I'm just really happy with the horse.
A race with a lot of speed, you're drawn well. Will you be happy just to let the pace go and follow them?
Yeah, we got a nice draw, so a lot of speed in the race, small race, so I think the speed's going to be on, like you said, and just sort of wait behind them and hope when I press the button, he'll be there to respond.
That's Karis on Beauty Waves. Baby Crystal is our first replay. Paul, he's been at Sha Tin pretty much all of the season, and here he is doing what he has been doing well, racing over the 1,000 metres and competing really well.
Yeah, it goes really well down the straight 1,000, Baby Crystal. Just the one go at Happy Valley. That was the first run for the season, and he did run fifth, so it wasn't a hopeless run by any stretch of the imagination. I don't think the bends are going to hold any fears for him, and look, he's finished off this race really nicely, so look, he's definitely a chance.
That was flying high in the red closing, and he was a winner on Monday. Happy Valley form now with the Majestic Knight winning, WizKid fifth, Nervous Witness leads up, and Humble Star ninth. How are you assessing the runners in this replay?
I'm going to include Majestic Knight because he's going very well at the moment. Has carried the weight in the past, albeit down in a grade. But he has to give away a weight to a few of these horses. But he was the best. He beat quite a few of the rivals here in this race. I'll give WizKid another chance because he's pretty good at Happy Valley as well. But definitely Majestic Knight goes in.
Co-partner Ambition, 1,000 metres might not be ideal, but the pace in the race may be for him. Races well second up, and this was 8 days ago.
Yeah, so he's having that quick backup as well. Look, I just find this a little bit strong for him. And 1,000 metres, as you mentioned, all his form's over 1,200 plus. So, look, I didn't include him in this, but you can see him finishing off nicely enough, and the second up record's good as well. But it's just he's back in distance in 1,000 metres here is the worry for me.
His sole go over 1,000 metres was at Sha Tin, so he is not in. Who is?
Going to go with the 6 on top here, Beauty Waves. I think he can win this race. He comes in with a lightweight. The conditions of the race really suit him. Majestic Knight, WizKid and Baby Crystal, 6-1-3-5.
Karis Teeton to ride the winner of race number 2 for Paul, for trainer Pierre Ong. It is preview time for race number 3 now. We drop down to a Class 4 for this one, but we stay at the 1,000 metre start point with Colourful Prince. He's dropping down in grade. Mark Comet has the pacifiers off. First starter's Innotech Star, and not the silly one. Grand Nova, he's improved every start so far. Spicy Spangle Hood, pacifiers and crossover noseband go on. He's also had 5 trials since his last start. Gorgeous Vitality is a trial, winner blinkers off, and the tongue tie added to him. We've got speed from Parents Love Paul. As long as he doesn't latch on, the 1,000 metres should suit him.
They should. Look, he went too quick over 1,200. They brought him back to 1,000 metres, and he ran a lot better at his last start. So I think this is the key for him. Colourful Prince might have to work to get across. If he does, that'll give Mark Comet some cover. Super 60 led at his last start. He won't be far away. Not the silly one has shown a little bit of speed in his trials, and then Grand Nova in there next.
It is Grand Nova that we look at first. He's had a trial since his race day appearance. He runs second in this race behind Fast Network, beaten a length and a half. This was 1,000 metres down the straight at Sha Tin. He has had a look at Happy Valley previously, Paul.
He finished towards the back at only his Happy Valley start, but he seems to have improved that, and John Sizer's horses can improve definitely remarkably with a run as well. So, look, this really caught the eye because he was last, and he really finished off strongly in this race. So, look, I'm definitely going to include him. He's going well at the moment, and a nice run from him down the straight 1,000.
Mark Comet, it's always trialled well since he's been in Hong Kong, and finally he's shown at his last 2 starts that the ability is coming across to race day. Barrier number 3, Karis Teeton on board for Jamie Richards. Can he go one better this week?
I think he can. Look, he's run second in his last couple. The downgrade, I think, is really sort of been the key to this horse, and he finished off and finished really nicely. Red Elegance got the race run to suit with all the pace, and he finished off and won it. But the horse, Parents Love, was just fading out in the last little bit there, but it was a lot better run from him.
He too, like Mark Comet, showing enough at the trials to suggest there is ability there. And on trials, not the silly one, has had 3 of them. Brenton Avdulla and Mark Newnham. He runs second this one behind Dragon Air Force, who was a funny sort of run on Monday. He was a bit green and wanted to switch on and off.
Yeah, and look, he went out favourite too. Well, one of the favourites, Dragon Air Force, as well for that race. Look, I thought this horse has trialled reasonably well. He's got to contend with barrier number 8, but he's had the 3 trials. He looks like he's been tuned up for this race, £1,052. So I'll include him on a very minor line. It's hard to win fresh up at Happy Valley.
It is, and that is a look at the runners in race number 3, but it is Mark Comet for you.
Yeah, going to go with Mark Comet. I think he's ready to win, so he can win this. He's on top to beat Grand Nova, Parents Love, and the one we just saw there, not the silly one. 2, 5, 10 and 4.
That's all the information for race number 3. It's the first leg of the early treble. That graphic says race number 4, and this graphic says there's a scratching. Number 2, California Sybil comes out. Spicy Gold for Alexi Bedell, and Mark Newnham comes in. For the Kwai Fong handicap with Happy Trio, who raced wide at Shard 10 last time, Aurora Lady has the cheek pieces going on. Party Warrior's had 2 trials since his last start. Circuit 7, all of his wins have been at 1,000 metres. High Intelligence racing consistently, and Colonel, he's had his last 2 starts across at Shard 10, but back to his happy place, Paul, will be straight to the lead.
Yeah, I think he can lead straight away, Colonel. Speedy Smart, he should get himself into a lovely position from barrier 1, circuit 7, Happy Trio. Now, Racing Grace is the query because he missed the start horribly last time, but if he can jump, he can put himself there. My Intelligent, Golden Rise, Hercules gets back. Spicy Gold from an awkward draw comes into the race. He's going to have to go back. Party Warrior, Sky Prophet likewise.
Karis Teaton is our man once again ahead of the 4th. He's riding Aurora Lady. Karis, first race day ride on Aurora Lady, but you had a sit on recently in a trial.
Yeah, Mark, he's a lovely little horse actually. I think he'll be even better horse next season. But his trial was really good, and I'm happy to be able to have a chance to ride him.
As the cheek pieces on this week, did he feel sharp with them on in the trial?
Yeah, he tried pretty good with them on, and I think it's gonna be a nice trick for him. And the draw is not gonna be really helpful to him, but I think the horse has got some ability.
Speaking of draws, did he jump okay in that trial? Because he has been slow out leading up to his first start in those trials.
Yeah, he did not really jump too fast. Like I said, I feel like he's got a bit of experience to gain still. So, but after a couple of strides, he gets into his momentum, and then he finds himself in a good spot. So, I'm just hoping that he can overcome the draw, and if he does, he'll be competitive.
What about steering and tractability wise? No concerns getting around the smaller track?
Yeah. The one thing Pierre was saying, just to try and make him go around the turn in a trial nicely, because he would be going around the turn now. So, but his behaviour was pretty good.
You've got Sky Prophet against you on Wednesday night. You know him well because you trialled him too leading into the race.
Yeah, he's a lovely little horse actually. I was already engaged on this horse, Aroma Lady, where I could not ride him, but he ran really good last start, and he's one of the horses that will be finishing really strongly.
There is Karis on the trial of Sky Prophet, and also his ride in Aurora Lady. Paul Golden Rise is here with Spicy Gold, who's come in as the standby starter. 3 weeks between races for Golden Rise. Hugh Bowman rides for John's Eyes.
Yeah, look, he'd run at Shard 10 and he ran okay without sort of flattering too much. And now he's come back to Happy Valley, and it was a good run here behind Flying Rote. He finished off the race really strongly. I like the way he hit the line. So, look, I think he's a big chance in this race.
There he is charging down the outside. We'll see Flying Rote later in the program also. Next up is Sky Prophet. We just saw his trial in that interview with Karis. Here he is running 6, so he does pick quite a few of them off in this replay. He just cannot draw a gate.
That's the problem. He might just get a little bit far back. It's a little thing that worries me. And look, they did go fast in front here of Lean Master, so he might have been slightly flattered with the run. As I said, he was right on the cusp for me, but he just ended up missing out in the end. But he did catch the eye finishing off.
Save him for another day. If you do like the leader, Colonel, what do you make him in this race? He's been in the market over at Shard 10 at his recent couple of outings, but they have been down in Class 5. We know that he loves Happy Valley. He's a 4-time course and distance winner.
He's coming back up without winning, which always is a little bit of a worry for me. You know what you're going to get with him. He's going to go to the front and try and hang on. Look, I didn't include him in this. I think there's some quite smart ones in this grade just in behind him. But look, he's running well enough here.
He's always back too, doesn't seem no matter what the grade, he's green lamp win in place, and we'll see if that is the case in race number 4. So no KFC for you, but who is going in?
Going to go with the 4 on top here, which is Golden Rise. Like the way he hit the line last time, I think he's ready to win. Speedy Smarty's well rated. He's won his race in the 50s. He's down mid-40s now and drawn barrier 1. We heard from Karis Aurora Lady. There's definitely ability there. And Racing Grace, just going to take him on trust a little bit because he did muff the start last time. 4-9-3-5.
There it is. Even race number 4. It is the first leg of the 6-up. Race number 4 is a Class 4 event, and the stalls will be positioned for this one at the 1650. Snow a lot, wider draw, top weight again for him. Dragon Star, 3 weeks between races. D-Star goes from the 1400 to the 1650. Northern Beast last start winner carries an extra £5 for it. Sturdy Ruby's placed 7 from 11 course and distance. Both Yichong Raider and Foremost Teddy have had trials, as has Matsu Victor, and he won that trial and wears blinkers for the first time. Dragon Star, he got hammered in front by Volcanus last time, Paul.
Yeah, I think Volcanus, look, it didn't really suit Volcanus and he dropped right out. So I think Dragon Star is going to lead. No problems here. Double wins, another one that's up in distance that does like to go forward. Foremost Teddy is always on the pace. Lucky Banner normally leads on the all-weather, but not on the turf. Northern Beast will get a nice run. Sturdy Ruby won't be too far away. And the Azure's up in trip as well.
Winning form to start race number 5, it is Northern Beast. He has a good record over the 1650. 5 starts for 2 wins, a second and a third, and 1 outside the top 4 placing. Sturdy Ruby's almost a must for multiples, isn't he?
Yeah, he's so consistent without winning, Sturdy Ruby. So he'll go in, but again, not on top. He's had 8 of his 15 starts, he's been in the first 4. So you can see him finishing off strongly here. Although this was the perfect race for Northern Beast and he did win nicely, it's whether now he can go on with it.
Next up, we have Yichong Raider, who's certainly improved. He runs a 3rd in this race, and D-Star, he'll appreciate the extra distance. He's won both of his races at Happy Valley over the 1650. Has also won 1 at Sha Tin over the distance of this race, 1400.
Yeah, so both these two will go in for me. I think D-Star's coming back to a bit of form, and he's a well-rated horse. And as you say, Yichong Raider, he's on the improve as well. He's drawn 10. I think he's going to have to get back, but he can hit the line strongly enough. So you can see both these two horses finishing off really well.
King Miles nominated for Sha Tin Saturday, and All Riches has bolted in since, so the form around that race is also good. Dragon Star, we're going back 2 runs ago, Paul, and we'll take out the race where him and Volcanus had a decent battle. He's up outside the speed. He's had a pretty good season too. He
has had a good season, but he's had quite a long season as well. This will be his 16th start for the season. He's had 2 wins, and he's sort of he's plodding on, isn't he, without actually winning at the moment, Dragon Star. So, look, that's just worried me a little bit. I don't know if the season's got to him. So, look, I didn't include him in there.
He carries 127 pounds, does Dragon Star, draws at barrier number 5. About the Azure, lightly raced, only had the 2 starts, 1 at Happy Valley, 1 at Sha Tin, both over the 1200 metres. Is the 1650 going to make a difference?
I think so. I'm going to make him the long shot. Hopefully he comes up a bit of a price here. He finished 6th in this race, and he finished off quite nicely as well. And they did sprint off the front here, so it wasn't like an overly run race, fastly run race here at all, with Lopan Spirit winning it. And he wasn't far away from the place getters. Up to 1650 looks ideal. He's by rote, so he is well bred for it as well. So expect a big run. Harold Wynn came out and ran pretty well on the weekend, so did Super Infinity.
And the horse right next to him, one in Class 5, Gangnam Star, so they finished together in that replay. Yeah,
so we'll take a chance with him. We'll make him the long shot for the meeting. The Azure, just after 2 starts. Sturdy Ruby, as you say, is always a must for exotics. Yichong Raider and D-Star. 6, 8, 9 and 3.
And for triple trio punters, race number 5 is leg number 1. Race number 6 is the running of the Xing Ping a handicap, and it's over the 1800 metres Class 4 event. Intrepid Winner comes back from the 2200. Serangoon's in good form. Joy of Spring was able to win last time, carries an extra £6 for it. Forever Glorious has a win, a second and a fifth at his last 3 starts. Super Hong Kong dropping back from the 1800 for his second start for Dennis Yip. Palace Pal, he has won course and distance, but it was in Class 5. Me Time, Shadow Roloff and Cheek Pieces, they go on. He was back last time too, Paul Me Time, and he failed to run on.
Yeah, and I think he'll get back once again in this particular race. Historical Glory. Now, you've got the whole length of the straight. It's a very kind start here at Happy Valley, the 1800. So I think he can get across. Special Hedge, Forever Glorious is always on the pace. Joy of Spring. And I think Serangoon's going to be a lot closer because he's finally got a barrier draw. He's drawn wide in his last 4 starts.
We'll have a look at Serangoon in just a moment after we check out our first replay. And as you can see, they stretch from inside to out. Precise Express, Satirical Glory, the pink blinkers of Forever Glorious, Pegasus General and Me Time. There was support for both the 2 right of screen, Paul, but they didn't get into the finish. Any of these going?
I'm going to put Me Time in, but just on a very minor line. Me Time, because I didn't mind the way he did finish off here. As you say, he got quite well back, but it was a bit of a bunch field as such, and he did make up ground. You can see him finishing off well enough, so we'll put him in. And
Joy of Spring, he'd been slamming the door down to win one. Won it at Sha Tin over the 1800 metres last time. You referenced that Serangoon has a better draw. He's holding his form well and been racing great around the valley.
Yeah, I think he's really well suited to the valley. So I think he can overturn the tables here on Joy of Spring. But I think this is the Quinella. I do like these 2 horses coming out of this race. So they're going to go 1 and 2 for me. But I think Serangoon, with that better draw and the different track of Happy Valley, he can beat Joy of Spring. But there wasn't much between them here, as you can see.
One more to have a look at, that is a Special Hedge, who gets in with a fairly light weight of 120 pounds. First look at Happy Valley, no trials here, but he's a horse that is coming off a placing behind Ariel, and Lyle Hewitson rides for Benoyong.
Just a 1 win from his 12 starts. It just hasn't been to Happy Valley before, and that just worries me a little bit. You don't know how the horses are going to handle the occasion here. You know, I don't mind horses that haven't been there before that do race on the pace and look like they're going to be suited with the valley. I'm not so sure with this chap, so in the end I've left him out.
Erring with caution on a Special Hedge and waiting till he gets back to Sha Tin. That's Arrow betting Lucky Touch, who's nominated for Sha Tin on Saturday. Are you going the Goon?
Going to go the Goon, Serangoon to beat Joy of Spring. That's the Quinella for me. Well, give Me Time another chance because he did hit the line nicely enough at his last start. And Intrepid Winner, he's had 1 start back in Class 4 and he ran 3rd. He's a really well rated horse at the moment, so I think he's not far away from a win. 2, 3, 12 and 1.
The Harry Bentley, Tony Cruz combo for Paul and Serangoon to win race number 6. Race number 7 has a last start winner at the top of the book. That is a Flying Road. Angus Chung rides for Tony Cruz. Up £7 for the win. Gallant Valor, Pacifiers with the cowls are off. Blinkers go back on. Get Set winners had 4 trials. So Treasure, Cheek Pieces off. Blinkers go on. Ragnar has won a trial since his last start. We've got Travel Golf, 6 placings this distance. Hero Star a likely leader, and Spicy So Smart, his best form so far has been down in Class 5 as Hero Star straight to the front, Paul.
Look, Flying Road led all the way last time, but Hero Star's got the superior speed, so I think he'll lead. Flying Road can just sit outside him. Ragnar showing pace. There was a lot of money for him last time as well. Spicy So Smart, he's drawn wide. They'll have to come across. I thought So Treasure and Gallant Valor will get lovely runs just in behind. Camino came from the back when he won last start, and he's going to have to go back, I think, from the wide draw.
The winning form of Flying Rote is what we see first of all. Travel Golf second and Hero Star 6th. He's up outside the speed here, Hero Star. Did he do enough Flying Rote to make you think he might be able to win again?
Yeah, I think he always had shown a bit of ability, this horse, before that win. He'd only had the 3 starts, but did run well in the last 2. The pennies really dropped for him, and he did hang on in this particular race. So, look, he goes in as a Quinella horse for me. I think he can run well again.
So he'll be in the selections shortly. Camino, this was his first start since June 2023. He went to the 1,000 metres. He beat Mark Comet, who you're keen on earlier, and he steps up in distance from the 1,000 to the 1,200 this week.
Yeah, so as such, he goes in, Camino. And look, yeah, as you say, the only little query is the bounce factor because he hadn't raced for a long time. But look, it was a really nice run from him, and he managed to get up and win. So I wanted to include him.
He goes in, and Gallant Valor, who was the last run reminder on racing to win this week. We haven't seen him since the 10th of April in this race when running third behind Capital Legend. 2 trials, the first one a quiet one behind Not Usual Dragon, and then he was handed the pace, scored by a neck over Perfect General up at Chungvar.
Yeah, look, and he's a horse that has run really well fresh in the past. The blinkers go back on him. He's had those 2 trials, so he seems really forward to me, and it was a good run at that back end of last season because he did come off a very slow pace.
So good enough for you to have him on top?
Yeah, we'll put him on top, Gallant Valor. So the 3 on top to beat Flying Rote. I think he can back up that win. So Treasure should get a lovely run, and Camino, 3, 1, 6 and 5.
And Gallant Valor for Paul to take the first lead. Race number 8 now, and we look this way for a 1650 metre Class 3. Red Hair King's racing well. Last start winner up just £1.4 at Zoom Boomers racing well. Fortunate Son makes his Hong Kong debut. Star Contact has the cheek pieces off and the blinkers going back on. Jolly Ruler raced wide at Sha Tin last time. Written Casa comes to Happy Valley for the first time under race conditions. He trialled here in March. Blinkers off, visor goes back on, and Exuberant. He's having his 4th go over 1650. His best form so far, Paul, has been 1200.
Yeah, look, I think Red Hair King and Capital Legend are the 2 leaders, and they're both drawn wide, so they both can come across together and share the pace. Jolly Ruler should get a lovely run in behind. Written Casa, as you say, coming here, he's doing it. He should get a nice enough run. Fortunate Son on debut has shown pace in his overseas races and trials, and Star Contact should get a nice run as well.
We hear from Harry Bentley first of all. He's riding Zoom Boom. Harry, Zoom Boom's been racing well for you. A win and a second on your last 2 rides.
Yeah, that's right. He's been ultra consistent. He's been running really well recently, and hopefully can do much the same.
He's been tried at Sha Tin. Why is it that Happy Valley's suiting him better at the moment?
I'm not sure if there's any rhyme or reason, but he just seems to go around the bends extremely well. He's very well balanced, and yeah, he's been running consistently there, so no reason to change.
Must have a great attitude. That win for you 2 or 3 starts ago, 3 wide the trip, and still was able to get the job done.
Yeah, it wasn't an ideal place to be, but you know, sometimes you just get a smooth run, and the pace wasn't overly fast in front, so I didn't feel like I had to use too much energy being out there, and he stuck on it really gamely. So yeah, he's been running well, and it didn't affect him that day.
Because of that win, drawn barrier number 3 this week, are you more concerned where you're going to be, or because he can do work, you're not as worried?
I'm not worried at all, actually. It doesn't look like there's loads of pace in the race, but from that draw, it just gives us the option of getting a nice box seat position without using any gas early. So I'm not concerned where I'm going to be.
Well done last Sunday, a win with Smiling Collector. He's offered promise to deliver and haven't been able to do it. What made it different on Sunday?
Yeah, you're right. He has. I mean, he's been there without getting his head over the line in front. So I was pleased to do that. I think the key to him was just getting him relaxed with cover, not too far back, and we were able to do that and slot into a nice place. I don't think he loved being in front for too long, but you know, he's one that just needs delivering at the right time, and luckily we were able to just get the margins right.
Harry Bentley there on Zoom Boom. Red Hair King here, Paul, with his last start win. Aestheticism's best performance at Happy Valley. Jumbo Legends always running on. Star Contact is going well. And Glorious Journey, his win so far has been in Class 4.
Yeah, so maybe needs to drop a grade. Like the Quinella here again, Athleticism and Red Hair King. Red Hair King just up £1 for this win, so he can carry the big weight, and he's a nice big strong horse. Athleticism's been very consistent and all season. So from barrier 4, he should get his opportunity once again. So I like these 2 horses. Star Contact hasn't been racing badly either, and he wasn't too far away.
placed his last 3-star contact and is a 3-time course and distance winner. The newcomer, Fortunate Sons, had 2 trials. This is the first of them. He ran second behind Fast Network, who of course we know franked the form by winning on debut. Won over 1,400 metres at Rotorua and 1,500 metres at Ellerslie.
Yeah, it was a nice win there on the pace as well when he did win at Ellerslie. Barrier number 2 here, so he should get his opportunity. He's only had the 2 trials. That was a little concern. I had 1,071 pounds, but he did finish off nicely enough here. So, look, there's definitely ability there, but I'm happy just to watch him here on his Hong Kong debut.
We'll wait till he's a little fitter. Fortunate Son. Want to ask you about Joyful Hunter. We'll show his track work because he pulled up Aurora last time. Potentially, he's the best horse in the field, but he's just got a few things going on at the moment, it appears.
Yeah, it does. Look, I want to see him come out and do it again on the track again, so I can't really... I don't really want to put him in after that roaring incident last time.
So no Joyful Hunter. Who is the top 4 though?
Going to go with Red Hair King. I think he can win again, carry the weight and win. So he's on top. Athleticism and Zoom Boom we talked about. One we haven't talked about is Jolly Ruler. He's drawn really nicely in Barrier 1 and he did win a surprise winner 3 starts ago at Sha Tin. He's backed it up with a couple of good runs here since, and he comes back to Happy Valley where he has won in the past. 1726.
Jolly Ruler sneaks into the top 4, having his first ever race past 1,400 metres. Race number 9, this is the Broome Handicap, and the distance of it is 1,200 metres. It's a Class 3 with Nordic Dragon having the blinkers going back on. California Touch, last start winner, carries an extra £3. Lucky Archangel's now won 7 over the 1,200 metres. Healthy Happy coming back from the 1,400. Righteous Arian is very consistent. Armour Eagle is a 3-time course and distance winner. Barrier 1 in the lead for Healthy Paul.
Yeah, I think he'll be positive from that inside draw. California Touch can come across and join him there. Lucky Archangel led all the way last time, but he's not going to have that luxury from a wide draw. Watch Buddy should get a nice enough run. Mighty Commander didn't go too badly on his Hong Kong debut. Righteous Arian, Astrologer, Young Arrow gets back, Natural High gets back, and Nordic Dragon's drawn Barrier 11, so he might have to go all the way back.
Angus Chung is our man to start the preview for race number 9. He rides Righteous Arian. Angus, is Righteous Arian the sort of horse you can always go to the races feeling confident about?
Yeah, he's a very honest horse. He always get the prize money, and he just try very hard horse, and yeah, I really like this horse, honestly. That night, tomorrow night, he draw Barrier 7, so pretty positive in there. And last couple of times, he take the hood off and win in Class 4. Even last time in Class 3, still ran very impressive. So everything positive tomorrow night.
Haven't ridden him on race day for a little while, but you rode him track work on Monday with Red Hair King. Were you happy?
Yeah, very happy with Red Hair King. Get a good gallop there, and he sort of a little bit momentum. But in the last 200 meters, he showed his ability and he galloped very well.
On yourself, you told us a few weeks or months ago you were aiming for the Tony Cruz medal. It's still right on target to win.
Yeah, a little bit fortunate. Got 7 winners after apprenticeship. I thought we'd be a little bit struggle after the apprenticeship, but I appreciate my boss Tony Cruz still give me good support, good quality horse, and let me keep winning.
It has been a big season. You graduated, as you said, 46 winners for the season. Is 50 the target?
Honestly, yes. Even last couple of weeks, I still thinking 50 would be a good number. Now 4 meetings left. If I can get four more winners, it will be a very great season for me.
Angus Chung there on Righteous Arian. Here is our first replay. Paul, you were with Astrologer last time, and he makes up a lot of ground in this replay.
He does, and he's really well rated horse at the moment as well. And he was momentarily held up there, and I think that cost him third. Once he got into the clear, he hit the line really strongly, showed he's back to a bit of form. Nordic Dragon on the inside in the blue and white is a rival once again in this race, and I think these two can quinella the race because they both finished off really strongly, and you can see one more stride Astrologer would have got third.
And one more replay to have a look at. It is California Touch again running second in this one. Armour Eagle 10th and Healthy. Wide at the last turn, but from a better draw on Thursday night, finds the front.
Yeah, I think he'll go to the front and with California Touch on his outside. So, look, Healthy's just gone off the ball a little bit for me, so I'm going to leave him out. But California Touch is in really good form at the back end of the season, so he has to carry a bit more extra weight. He might get a bit of extra pressure as well, so we'll just put him in on a minor line.
Astrologer, do we go again?
Yeah, I think so. I think Astrologer can win this race. A really well-rated horse, 1 off 85. He's 73 rated. He's on top. Nordic Dragon, likewise. He's 80. He was 1 off 84. He's 79 rated. Righteous Arian and California Touch, 3, 1, 10 and 4.
There it is. All of the information for Happy Valley on Thursday night. A-course racing, 9 races, and they start at 6:40.